can you just talk about like being a Christian and growing up, and then also now recently getting exposure to chiropractic, and you saying, I want to go become a chiropractor now. You haven't gotten to school yet, but how does that make you feel inside that, you know, you grew up in the church and this message really resonates with you, and you're wondering why no other people in the church were really bringing you to this or making you aware of this?
That's a good question. I love that question. So, you know, growing up in the church, it was a wonderful experience. I grew up in a great LA church in high school, you know, where you got to experience, you know, people up close, being with your teachers. It was like, it's not like your ordinary teachers. Like, these teachers really care for you, like your parents, you know. So coming from that and like having prayer every single day, having scripture being involved, you know, like you've always, I think all of us that came from Christian school was able to seek God in a sense, you know, like we all were curious, we're all asking questions. So
Then
when
the
I
fellowship, right? The fellowship.
yeah, fellowship, the serving, you know, I remember working on Sundays, working for the church for coffee, and just how it made me feel. And, you know, it was part of leading me here, you know, like I've always had like certain questions of why certain things happen, and, you know, everything from scripture that we've learned. We had Bible classes that allowed me to read like almost the whole New Testament and Old Testament. So having already a background of Christianity and knowing then now like that this kind of integrates perfectly in one, because even David Palmer, who I started reading about, a lot of his emphasis was in Christianity and maybe all religions, you know. And so that was kind of where I was at with what my beliefs are, you know. It kind of just everything just started integrating and everything started to make sense, and how the universal intelligence and innate intelligence are kind of just one and the same. It made more sense in my Christianity walk, you know. I felt like when you're done in a certain time in in my religion or in my walk, I felt like I stopped progressing. And I'm not saying in the sense of like who I am in terms of serving with people, but I'm talking about in terms of like the word is so progressive and it's evolving. There has to be more. And so that's what kind of clicked for me. And then once it clicked, it was like, it just took me to a whole different component in just my walk, my spiritual walk.